Hey man, first of all, welcome to the city. I don't know if this is your first time down here or what have you.
First time in ATL itself, you know.
Oh, for real? Okay.
Yeah. I touched out in Georgia before. I've been to like Lawrenceville and Gwinnett County.
Yeah.
But like this is my first time in ATL.
So you coming down here? You know you got a fight coming up. We're gonna get to that, but you're coming down here to get some sparring, of course.
Yeah, of course.
So let them know about what brought you to Atlanta to get the sparring though.
Really and truly, man, me and my pops and Molly, we've been on the we've been on a tour really, We was in Houston with Jay Prince and shout out Jay Prince Block, shout out Shakur Stevenson, Quick Draw and Marquise. Got some work over there, great work. Then we went to Florida, out to Miami, Fort Lauderdale, we was getting a lot of good work over there, Davie County. Then we came up here, we was like, we might as well, especially we got family over here. We never really explored the city, so we might as well,
So how was the work down there in Miami, man? I know they got a lot of gyms down there, right?
Oh yeah. It was beautiful, man. I got some good work. 20-0 guy, and like another 20-0 guy, amateur champions, like national champions. And yeah, that's really about it, This whole trip has been real solid. This whole month, we've been traveling, training, just been a real solid trip.
Hey, every time you visit, man, I done heard, you be on fire down here. You take the craft serious, obviously, but I haven't heard nobody talk reckless about you and coming to get this work. Do you think your name is buzzing low key, enough to the point where they taking you serious now?
I feel like it's to the point where it's like now is where they're trying to find out if it's real or not. A lot of people know it's real and they hear a lot of buzz, but a lot of the guys who they built on ego and confidence, as we should be fighters. A lot of them who never experienced it, they like, oh yeah, I want to test it now, and not just test it. A lot of them could be shying away from it also because of their ego, and be like, trying to brush it off like, yo, he's a kid.
Yeah.
A lot of them know like, nah, this kid, he's serious. I'll stay away from him. A lot of them think, yo, he's serious. I want to see him too. So I just feel like right now my name is buzzing. I just gotta take my time to prove, just dismantle everybody, prove everybody I'm the best fighter in the world.
What's been your with Top Rank and everything? Your performance has been A1. You know what I'm saying? So what Top Rank is talking to you about? Are they kind of getting close? Say, hey, your projection is 3 more fights and we're gonna throw you a bone, or they just moving you?
Right now they're just moving me. I feel like I put on a great performance this fight. We just get into those talks with them. But I just feel like right now they're just moving me along, keeping me sturdy. But the main thing is March 19th, I got to go in there and put on the show. And I plan on doing it, I know I'm going to do it, no doubt in my mind. I just want to extra emphasize that. We go in there, everything just goes how it's supposed to go. You just got to go in there and just wipe the floor with this guy.
What's his record? I heard he's like a 8-1,
6-1,
6-1.
Yeah.
And he's a stablemate of Charles Garner, right? Something like that, or no?
I don't know.
You don't know?
To be honest with my opponents, I don't really do too much research on them.
Oh.
Simply because the same fighter that you see in the fight beforehand, it won't be the same fighter that you see in the ring.
Absolutely, I agree.
Because everybody, they train specifically for you. I just go in there. I go in there thinking, it don't matter what he do, regardless of what. I gotta crack the code. I trust in my skill. I trust and believe within the first 30 seconds, first minute, 2 minutes of the fight, I got the blueprint. I know how the fight's gonna go from there.
Y'all told you every one of your fights seem like it's a different. It's different every time you go in there and perform.
Yeah.
Especially having a different opponent, of course.
Yeah.
But man, you 6-0, and I'm telling people, I think he's gonna get a title shot before you're 12 professional fight or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
It just seems like if you keep on the run that you're going in, and they keep on putting you in there with the heavy hitters, it's bound to happen.
Yeah, and that's how I see it. I really, really, really want that to be the case. Because by all means, I welcome the competition. I welcome the heat. This is what I signed up for, I signed up to be #1 in the world, to be the man that beat everybody who consider themselves the man. And I just can't wait to be able to prove that to everybody.
So in the welterweight division, I know you heard what Blair Cobb had to say about everybody. Did you see that interview?
Nah.
He was pretty much calling out everybody from Arrow to Crawford. And Ugas, he said he sparred Ugas, and he said in Philly he was the man. He said he pretty much was going around there, and Boots really didn't want to spar him or nothing like that. I didn't know if you know of Blair Cobb when he was around there. Blair the Flair Carter?
I've heard of Blair Flair, you know. I never really watched him fight. He's a welterweight.
Yeah, he's a welterweight.
He's a welterweight. So we run into him, you know. If he says if he's who he is, who he says he is, you know, how he feels about himself, and he continues progressing how he's supposed to, we definitely run into each other. You feel me? When it comes to that, I just know like nobody's messing with me.
Yeah,
You feel
yeah.
me? He can mention everybody, and he could probably name drop me. You feel me?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, yo, talk is cheap. You feel me?
Yeah, for sure.
Talk is cheap. Respect to him because he a fighter too. Everybody fighters here, you know.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody messing with me.
What you appreciate most about your career right now, man?
I appreciate just the experience of it all, man. You know, every time I'm like in even situations like this, even being here with you right now, I feel like I'm in 2K, like I'm in my career right now.
Yeah.
Like when you play video games, you make your own character.
Yeah.
And you just go through, start meeting everybody, and you're doing this big thing. Like that's how I feel every day, and I just the experience itself, being able to be able to tell my kids, yo, I experienced this, or being able to just live through this, man. It's just crazy to me.
It was on word out there, man. I know your training was mentioned, and somebody asked you about the amount of rounds you put in.
Yeah.
And you was like, I put in this amount of rounds.
Yeah.
You know.
Hey, man, the amount of rounds we put in, it's just like the amount of rounds we put in is just crazy. And we work and it's obviously we've been tapering it down simply because when you put in that much work for so long, we're talking about 10-hour days, 12-hour days, 5-hour gym sessions of just straight work. You know, we're on the bag. Like some guys' workout sessions would just be 2 hours. That's them shadow boxing, jump rope. You know, that's just their boxing part of workout. We'll hit the bag or hit the pads for 2 hours straight, and that's like the warm up for us type of thing. You know what I'm trying to say?
Okay.
And that's still not considered what we do as conditioning and what we're doing. I'm sorry, like conditioning and you know, mental work, film study. That's not even worrying about any of that. That's just bag work. Bag work and pad work and jump up alone. That's 4 hours already. And people think like people think when I talk, I'm just talking like every other fighter should talk about themselves.
Yeah.
Nah, I truly, and not just believe, I know, like none of these guys work as hard as me. Nobody puts in the hours. Nobody's there. Nobody's waking up out of the bed 8 o'clock in the morning, right? Going to that gym at 9, 10 o'clock and leaving that gym at 9, 10 o'clock. You know, nobody's doing that. You feel me? So I can pop my shit. And as far as rounds go, we're doing 40 rounds. This is sparring too. 40 rounds sparring, 30 rounds sparring. Ever since I was like my little brothers. My little brother 12 now. My little brother's age, bro, we was doing 15 rounds sparring with a plastic bag, with Abilene, no water. Like we really went through like the way how we was brought up training. Was really like boot camp. You feel me? Talking about you're doing 50 laps. You're hitting every bag in the gym for 6 rounds. You're sparring 15 rounds with the best fighters in the country, like of your age, you know.
Where's that foundation from? That type of format.
That format is just shout out Coach Rob, born and bred boxing. You feel me? Shout out my dad because he also pushed a lot. Shout out Coach Tyrone, RIP Coach Kenny Woods, you know, and all these guys. Sosa Crew, they definitely played a big part in this because it's just not just New York boxing, but tri-state boxing as a whole, you know. Where you see it now that we're in this, like we're in 2022 now, a lot of us, we've grown up, you know? A lot of us, you know, kind of stopped boxing because, yo, I told you, it's like boot camp. A lot of us, it's very, very, very difficult, you know? A lot of us just say, you know what, forget about this, they're going to go off and do their own thing. You see a lot of guys like B-Hop,
Yeah.
you know, Shakur Stevens, he already got a world championship. Shoo, you see all these guys, Rashad, like it's a lot of different guys. That I didn't personally train with them, you know?
Yeah.
But that's like the era that I'm coming out of. Those guys is they're a little above me, they're a little older than me. But you got my people I used to train with, Dante Lane, he on Team USA. He number 1 in the country right now. He about to go pro soon. Bobby Pettigrew, he number 1 in the country, top 3 in the country at least. Was on Team USA. And these are the guys who I came up with. Most of us kind of stopped boxing, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, man, the pedigree is real. Like that pedigree is super real. And as time goes on, you guys are gonna keep seeing what's me, then it's Dante's Bobby, and you got my little brother coming up, and it's a lot of other guys too in that area, you know?
Thanks for breaking that down, man. It's always good to hear those backstories, man. We only, most people only see you when you step out in front of the lights.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they expecting, like, they getting acclimated to who Jaha Tucker is.
Yeah.
they know you're gonna split the ropes and get serious. I mean, you're talking about pushing the pace early, man.
Yeah.
Like your cardio isn't a question, but the only criticism wasn't something necessarily to do with your technique or your boxing discipline. It was more so, oh well, he doing too much showboat. And you have a one-on-one. You know, you talk to the camera and let the people know.
Yeah.
So do you even know what you're gonna say? You know what I'm saying, or you just wait till the moment?
I keep it a stack with you. Well, the main thing is the last fight I actually thought about what I was gonna say.
Okay.
You know, simply because I didn't just sit there and think, I'm gonna say something to the camera. I was just chilling. I was going through Instagram. You know, everybody watching my fight from not my last fight, the fight before.
Yeah.
And you know, everybody they seen the stoppage, and everybody kept saying it's a bad stoppage. I agree. I wish it would have went on longer. Like in the middle of the fight, I was kind of not mad. I'm not definitely not mad he got stopped.
Yeah.
But I wish it would have went on longer. I wanted to put the guy down, and everybody kept saying, bad stoppage, bad stoppage, bad stoppage. I said, alright. I agree, that's a bad stoppage. I just do next time I'm not gonna make it. I'm gonna make sure it's not a bad stoppage.
Yeah.
That's how I felt. So that was just me in that moment. Like after the stoppage, like I was just me. Like I told you it was gonna be a bad stoppage.
Yeah.
And but other than that, ask anybody when I'm in the ring and I'm sparring I train the way how I just work. I'll be talking to my dad, like me and my dad. I'll be sparring the guy. I'll be talking to my dad, like, yeah, dad, look, and I just start hitting the guy while I'm talking to my dad. Or the other guy, his coach is telling him to do something. And I'll say something like, he can't do it, and just hit him 4 more times. I swear to God, that's just what we do, you know.
Yeah, some of the I wouldn't say technique, man. Some of your execution is what you have to be born with. You know what I'm saying? Like Pernell Whitaker being able to move around and be so elusive the way he did. It wasn't like he was thinking about it. You the same way. You don't think about a lot of stuff you do. It's just rhythm and motion.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What do you know about Brian Norman, man? He's one of the star fighters down here in Atlanta, Georgia. He's like 23-0 right now, the Assassin 2.0.
Word.
And he's fought on TV like yourself. Much more experience. You know anything about him?
To be honest, I don't know a lot about him.
Okay.
Respect to him, my man's town right now. You feel me? Respect to him. And what weight class is he?
47.
47. Okay.
Well, he's fluctuating between 47 and 40.
47, 40. Okay.
Yeah.
You know, so respect to him. I know how these weight classes are. You feel me? And you know, once he keep doing, I keep doing what I'm doing. We definitely clash up at the top somewhere. You feel me? For the big one. It's a fact.
I'll take that. That's what it is, man. Hey, it's a pleasure to be able to chop it up with you, man. I know you gotta get your mind right and everything for this sparring session and go to work. But man, always support Jahad Tucker in the city of ATL, the one and only. You know, who is Jahad Tucker on IG, man? Check him out. Undefeated, 6 professional victories, man. You better ask somebody. Anything you want to say to your fans, man?
One thing I want to say, shout out World Combat Sports. World Combat, man, you already know it's always love. Class act yourself, man. I really appreciate the hospitality, being down here and all that. You feel me? Shout out my fans, shout out everybody who shows support, man. I really, really appreciate you guys. You guys help me push through a lot of stuff, you feel me? When it's time, March 19th, I want everybody to tune in ESPN Plus, Madison Square Garden, Hulu Theater. Shout out Jay Prince, shout out Top Rank, shout out my team, shout out my family. Thank you guys.